Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who wanted a career reading. And in specific, this person feels like they have just reached this point in their life where they're just kind of done with what they're doing. They don't feel like their career is fulfilling. I'm feeling like a lot of abundance and prosperity around you, but you want to awaken your inner passion and you want to, do what you're here to do. Like, you want to follow your inner calling, and you feel like there's something happening inside of you. And it's going to be the birth of something new, basically. So if you're feeling like that and you found your way to this reading, then maybe it's not a coincidence. So stay tuned and definitely leave some comments and validate this person and let them know that they're not alone here. And check out the description below to find out how you can purchase a personal reading from me. And I just wanted to say a quick thank you to the person that purchased this reading and to everyone who's been purchasing my readings lately. I've made over $1,000 in the past 2 months doing these readings, and I'm just shocked. And now I'm getting ready to order new equipment so that I can actually take this to the next level and have better quality videos for you and actually get in front of the camera more, like some of you guys have requested. And which isn't a problem for me because I actually really love being in front of the camera. So this is kind of the perfect thing for me, and I'm just thankful that you guys are literally helping me manifest my dreams here. I've been using all the money to produce ethical and sustainable photo shoots because I love doing photo shoots, and I also love doing it for a cause because I think more people need to see beautiful images of sustainable and ethical clothing so they know that there's an option out there. You don't have to purchase so much fast fashion because that's polluting the earth and hurting people all over the world, people that are involved in the production of it. It's causing people to suffer, and we certainly don't need to cause suffering of the earth and people in order to have beautiful things and luxury goods. And it's a lot more fun to purchase artisanal items. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent like I do. But the point is, purchase sustainable, and when you purchase these readings from me, it actually goes to help with that. Because I feel really I'm still getting comfortable accepting money for this. I love doing this, and there just has to be some kind of energy exchange, and in my training that's what I've learned. And so it's nice actually to use the money though towards a cause. And I just want to make this channel better for you guys and for everyone who's watching. I'm so glad that it's helping you. And you certainly don't need to purchase anything. This is just for people who want to. I'm going to keep offering my pick a card readings for you guys for free. I'm going to crank those out and get more of those. So let me know if you have any topics that you'd like to see. And without further ado, let's get into this reading. I'm excited for this. These are my favorite readings to do. I've always been able to just look at people and see their talents. That's one of my skills. That's one of my talents. I can just feel it inside of people, and right now what I'm feeling in you is that there's some kind of rebirth. This is really the beginning. This is really only just the beginning right now for you in your life, and this journey you've walked so far, you're going to start to realize how you've learned little skills along the way that are actually going to help you with this journey. So everything that's happened has been divinely orchestrated, and even this job that you're in right now, even if you just feel like it's just one that pays the bills, you're learning things there that are actually going to help. So let's look at the current energy right now for you in your life. So the current energy. First of all, there's this really sweet message coming out that's saying you and your loved ones are safe and protected. So you're going through this big change right now. You're starting to admit to yourself that you're essentially not happy. And so what's happening is you're deciding to go to the next level in life. And anytime you go to the next level, there's certain things that have to fall away, and there's loss and change, and sometimes even a little bit of pain associated with that. And so that's why we drag our feet, and that's why we can resist change sometimes, because it can be a little painful to grow, even though it's going to be beautiful in the end. So they're telling you this is the root chakra color, red, and it's just saying your root is kind of being triggered right now, and you're a little sensitive because of that. And as this change happens, you're going to be wondering, am I safe? Am I really going to be provided for? Am I really going to be taken care of? And the answer is yes. Anytime you follow your heart and your desires, that's part of you and your soul. That's your essence. And the universe wants to support that. you're actually going to find more resistance if you stay where you're at and you stay stuck and stagnant. You're going to start finding more and more things falling apart. And a lot of people who like to complain and tell stories about how awful their life is going, I believe, like, you know, whatever you focus on grows. And when you resist change, sometimes it can create more avalanches of contrast, the universe trying to push you where you're supposed to go. So I, by all means, do not want to frighten you and say, like, the universe is going to smite you if you don't make these changes. But I'm just saying, like, think about it. Like, you should be, you know, opening to this. And, like, if you close yourself to this, sometimes it can create complications. And so it's actually, I'm just trying to, like, make a point to you. It's safer to follow your heart, actually. You'll be more provided for. You'll probably be more protected if you follow your heart. Like, there's going to be more doors opening. It's going to be even harder if you just stay where you're at, actually. So this is actually safe for you to move forward and make these changes. And they're saying you're right on the mark. They're saying, like, almost like, good job for listening to your intuition and for trusting yourself here and saying, you know what, I'm not happy. It takes a lot of courage to admit that, to admit even when things are going well. Sometimes it's like our worthiness. Sometimes we think, like, well, who am I to demand this crazy thing of the world or the universe? But it's not crazy. Like, this is an abundant, unlimited world we live in, but whatever you believe, you receive. So if you feel like this is impossible and you feel like you don't deserve it, then that's what's going to happen. So it's like, this is all about you opening yourself up to, like, your potential here. And so it's a beautiful rebirth in your life. Like, you're becoming who you are. And they're saying this is, like, part of your karma. This is part of, like, this is like the judgment card. They're saying as within, so without. Like, there's parts of you that are longing to be expressed. Like, whoever you are on the inside, like, you deserve to let that be reflected in your outer world. And you're right, you're realizing this isn't resonating. Resonating. I'm getting so excited. So much information's coming through. This isn't resonating with you anymore, like, where you're at. And that's kind of a problem. But it's actually going to work itself out, because they're saying that this card right here is, like, leaving a difficult time behind gracefully. There's, like, a fluidity to this card. And of course this beautiful symbol of the swan is coming out to symbolize grace. So it's like you're going to be leaving this time behind in your life gracefully. So don't worry about this transition on if you're going to have to suffer through this. I don't really believe that the journey has to be that difficult. There's always going to be contrast that comes into your life, but it's all about how you take that and how you utilize that, you know? And so if you desire this to be, if you intend on it, like, this can be a smooth journey for you. So they're basically just like, it's safe to make these changes overall. And then I also see as like a side note in your current energy, compassion. It's like you've gotten to this place in your life where you've experienced so much that you're starting to release judgments that you've had for people and towards yourself. Like, you're starting to think, like, maybe I can be more. Maybe I'm here to do more. Maybe, like, I can have compassion and not be so hard on myself. And maybe it's okay to, like, learn new things and to grow. And I don't have to think, like, be so hard on myself and think that, like, this is all I'm capable of in my life. So it's like this compassion you're having for yourself and for others. Like, you're starting to admire other people that have really built something awesome for themselves in their life. You're starting to admire that and, like, to desire that for yourself. And so that is your current energy. Woo, I'm so lit today. Seriously, I just took, like, a bath. I meditated. I've been hanging out with my bird. I've finally, like, had some time alone to relax. And I've been out in nature, and so you hit me up on a good day for this, I just have to say. So, what's the energy that's coming in? And do you notice a trend with your reading? So many cards came out. I only tried to draw one card from each deck, and so much came out. So, actually, this is a different one. Wait, hang on. Oh wait, this was supposed to go here. Sorry, I saw this card and was like, what? This is not supposed to be there. That was for your gifts and your talents. Okay, so this is your energy coming in. What's coming into your life right now? Okay. Well, it's nice to see the happiness card. And I see this manifestation card reversed. So I feel like what's coming into your life is you're going to have to get grounded and rooted, because you're realizing that you're going to have to figure out what your intentions are now. So you're realizing that what you're doing isn't working anymore. But now it's time to figure out, like, what the next step is, and, like, what you want to do. And, like, do you want to, like, quit your job? Do you want to just do that and then work part-time towards your soul-based, more heart-based career? Do you want to move somewhere else, try another line of work while you, like, how bad is it at your job, like, maybe you could do part-time at a different place and then part-time on, at your studies or whatever it is you're going to be working towards next. But you're realizing it's time to build. So you're getting ready to go into a building phase. So of course, what comes before you make the building? You got to have a planning phase. So this is what the energy is. It's a planning phase. And I also see these boundaries, like, towards men in specific, or anyone you're dating. It's like you're trying to have boundaries because this is your focus right now. Like, you need to figure out, like, what you're going to be doing, and it's a huge transition in your life, and there are a lot of opportunities on your horizon. But this is saying love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. So you're going to have to clear space in order to do this. And this is kind of what I had to do in my life. I had to clear out. I had so many people, like, just, I guess, as someone who's, now I know why, like, people were so attracted to me, because I didn't know how to have a lot of boundaries back then. And I also, I don't know, I'm just a really energetic person, and, like, people just come to me like a magnet. I'm learning how to use this gift, to spread love and light instead of spreading anything toxic. But, people can come to you sometimes when you're, like, an empath, and you have to learn how to have boundaries and, like, only help people when you really can from the bottom of your heart. Because that's, at this channel, if I had people hitting me up for readings and I was in a bad mood or I wasn't feeling well, which happens often because I'm, like, going through a healing process, if I did a reading for someone when I was in a mood like that, it would not help them. I have to wait until, like, I'm well taken care of, and, like, my whole attitude in life right now is me first, because it was other people first for so long. And so that's what you're going through. You're going to have to learn to put yourself first, to meet your needs, to have boundaries, to realize when some people are just kind of mooching and bringing your vibe down, and, like, having to have boundaries and realize, like, you need to surround yourself with people that are going to, like, lift you up and be positive and who want to contribute to your life, not who just want to take. Like, the flow's got to be equal here. And so that's something huge for you, for this energy coming in, because you only want the most positive energy around you while you're, like, this is an incubation, like, this new idea. So that's huge right now for you. Next is what energy is leaving your life. So that's the energy that's coming in. I feel like this represents your boss. I don't know why all of a sudden, like, that came to my head, and it's like, you're over that. You're so over someone else owning your life. Even though, like, I feel like the job you do isn't too bad. Like, it's a nice job, and some people might say, like, wow, why would you want to quit this job? It works so well for you, and, like, you got everything set, but it doesn't feed your soul. And who cares what other people think? And I feel like your boss is kind of taking advantage. Like, this is just really making me think about, like, just a boss that is kind of demanding, and, like, it's just, you don't like having that person above you. You don't like having that superior. Like, you want to feel like you're in control of your life, and this is getting in the way. And I don't think it's anything personal about this person. It's just, like, not a dynamic that's working for you. And some people do really well under that type of dynamic in their work environment, and other people don't. It's like you're not thriving in the system. And so I'm also seeing here the energy that's leaving is some type of betrayal, some type of something, like, you're frustrated about, some type of quarrel with someone, I think this could have to do with some type of love relationship, something that, like, I feel like now that this is out of the way, now you're thinking more about your life, and you're like, okay, what am I going to do here? Because this was taking a lot of your energy. And so I feel like what's leaving is, like, just all these people that were just kind of in the way, like relationships that weren't working out for you, that weren't in alignment, this dynamic you're having like at your work that just isn't making you, it's all about how you feel. And it's hard to like get that perception of like abundance and joy and harmony when like you've got these situations kind of breathing down your neck. But what's good about this is that this is the energy that's leaving. So it's like things are changing, which is good. Good to know. I really do believe like the universe or collective consciousness or the void or God or whatever you want to call it does want to make us happy and like wants us just to be in alignment, you know, and that's what we want ultimately. Our higher selves, like on the inside, all of us, we just want freedom and love and happiness. Like it's just really simple. And so that's all life is about, just taking steps to be in alignment with that. You know, it's never going to be perfect, but like you can always make improvements, and that's what's cool about life. You can always grow. I believe we're here to grow. So gifts and talents. This is fun. This is a fun part. I love this deck. I made this deck. I have a pick a card reading called What Are Your Spiritual Gifts? So check out I have like folders up here on this site where you can look at my playlists. And I think the only playlist I have up is my pick a card reading. So scroll through, look for the one with these cards on what are your talents and gifts. And maybe you can find out a little bit more about that and more in depth. But I picked one for your spiritual gifts, and then I just picked the rest for like whatever else you're going through. So I kind of already know, like, I kind of already tapped into like what's going on with you and like what your gifts are. So and I'm excited to report it because I've told many people this on the channel, and many people like this are led to me, but basically you're some kind of artist, because I pulled this clairsentience card, and when you're clairsentient, this is basically being an empath. So why don't you Google and research what it is to be an empath. It's basically just someone who, it is a type of clairvoyance, it is a spiritual gift, and what it is clear feeling. So you basically receive messages through your feelings and through your emotions or through your physical sensations. So because of this, you can feel other people's emotions really strongly, and you can feel drained in public and around people. The news and the radio can be really difficult because it's just like so much energy. So other names for this is an empath, an intuitive person, an open heart. So I feel. So everything for you, your intuition is very strong. Things are really based off feeling. And you're probably like, oh my gosh, this is so true, but why? Because it might feel like a curse sometimes, because this card's coming out that says, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. As I've learned more about my clairsentience and what it means, there's some awesome stuff that comes along with it, which we'll talk about. But there's also some pretty crazy stuff, and you have to balance yourself. And so for me, taking baths, long walks in nature, being alone, like learning how to enjoy my solitude has helped. Self-care, just like doing the little things, you know. And meditation and yoga and exercise, healthy eating, all of this helps my emotions, because all that toxic food F's with your brain and turns you into a crazy person and makes you depressed. And I mean, and when you don't take the time to just like clear out like all the energy you picked up from the day, you can carry it around with you, and you forget like how you feel and what your emotions are. You know, you spend a day with someone who just had a breakup and they're crying, and then all of a sudden you start questioning things about your life, and like that's just how it can be when you're an empath. You just take on things and you don't mean to. It's not on purpose. It's just how you are. So grounding, breathing techniques. I've got these huge ass rocks, and I'm just like sometimes whenever like, I don't know, I just feel something that's not right for me, and or whenever I have like a memory come up or something, because I have PTSD. I think I've talked about that on the channel. That's why I do tarot. It's helped me a lot, like with grounding and getting present and remembering not to worry or overthink things, you know. So I'm also seeing here with your gifts that you're gonna have to learn some of those, find your own techniques on how to get balanced. But overall, like, it's really positive because you have this really open heart, and like you have a lot of unconditional love inside of you, and you're probably like, okay, cool, but like how do I use this skill? And the answer is you can use it however you want. Like, you're giving these gifts and the universe doesn't care how you use it. You don't have to be a spiritual person. You don't have to be a tarot reader or a Reiki healer or like someone who does energy work, or a nurse or something. You don't have to be like a hero or anything. You don't have to be a firefighter or whatever. Like, you can just do whatever you want and like use this gift, and that's enough. You're going to use it with every person that you've come into contact with and whoever is sent across your path, and you've already been using it. You've already been doing your purpose your whole life. But this is time for you to grow your skills and like get better at how you channel this beautiful energy that's coming up through you. So you're very emotional, very sensitive, and what that means is that you're an artist. The sensitivity that we're given is a gift, and it helps us tap into these energies so that we can flow through other like art forms and messages that help other people. You know, sometimes even if it's like a crazy art piece and it's like a horror film or something, sometimes like that can heal people in a way. Like, sometimes even like the most abstract painting in the world can bring someone to tears because they just feel the energy in it and the emotions, and or it causes a discussion, or it just heals people to look at it in the room because it's pretty and they like the colors. Like, honestly, anything that you do as an artist can be healing, and it doesn't matter like what people think. Like, you just have to go with what comes naturally to you. So I say, go back to childhood. See what remember what it was like to be a kid, and what you like to do for fun naturally. That's what you need to follow. What is the most fun for you to do? Because when it comes to making a new job for yourself, you want it to be something that is going to be fun for you and that's going to heal you and make you happy. And then you want to find a way to connect with others through that and to help them as well. Like, for me, I love fashion, and that seems like kind of arbitrary and like maybe even insignificant in a way, but I started fashion styling when I was younger and doing all of that and working for magazines, and now over time I've been connected with like the earth, and I love the earth. I'm a nature lover, and I realized like I could do ethical fashion, and that's a way for me to kind of have a cause and support a mission and also do what I love. But you don't even have to support a cause. You can just support yourself. You're a good cause. You know, so whatever you want to do as an artist, you want to write a book, you want to make a movie, you want to, you know, make music, you want to paint your whole body naked and dance around, who cares? Like, just do what you love. And funny enough, the universe is going to open up ways for you to do this. I have friends who like are extremely wealthy because of their art. And like, I have one friend who's a meme creator, and she makes so much doing her memes. Like, companies will hire her to advertise things, and she makes so much through that. And she just started off like messing around on the internet and making jokes and stuff late at night, and then it turned into this huge thing. So you can make your own career, and don't worry about the how. Like, the universe just wants you to take the first step, and it will support that. It's all about the momentum you create, because this universe is a mirror. It's going to match whatever effort you put in, basically. So, that's just some stuff to chew on. So, how can you apply these gifts and talents, which we pretty much just talked about, like the fact that you're an artist and that you're an empath and like you have these energies coming up. So, how can you apply this? Well, this is so interesting. They're saying maybe the first thing you can start with is your home, which I think is really interesting. Like, they want your home to reflect like who you are and your beauty. And since you're getting ready to be an artist and create, maybe what you need to do is like set apart a side of your house that's only for your creations and your art, or for you to experiment, because maybe you don't even know what kind of art you want to make yet. Maybe you don't even really know what it is that wants to come up, and you're going to need to experiment and figure this out. So they're like, devote a room in your house, or maybe move to a new place where you can have more space, if that's okay, and figure this out. Because I'm getting the feeling that you're going to start something on the side of this job, and that thing, it has the potential to blow up, and you eventually could quit your job. I mean, it's happened to so many people, and we have the internet now. You have the ability to access so many people, get so many clients, and I'm already doing it here, and you can do it too. So they're saying you need some, like, you're receiving prosperity, and you just need to reallocate some funding towards, like, figuring out, like, this little space in your home, like making a sacred space for your art. I have a studio, I have an art room in my house, and it's awesome. I paint in there, and I like do yoga, and I do these readings. I'm actually not in the room right now, or else I'd show it to you, but I'm actually in my closet because my bird is yakking, and this is the only place you can hear her. So much for having a studio. But yeah, it really helps actually to have this extra space to create. So how can you move forwards? Sorry, I can't even read my own writing. Okay, so how can you move forwards towards a more fulfilling job? Like, basically, how can you get through this working for this person in the situation while your heart so desperately wants something else? And they're saying it's got to happen one step at a time. That's what the heron is all about. You got to be patient, and then you said you need to be aware that you're sensitive. Like, the job over time is going to get more and more unbearable. The more and more this happened to me because I worked this one job for 10 years, actually 12 years. And on the side, I was doing my fashion stuff. It took me like years in order to be able to start doing this full time like I am now. And even though I loved the job, it just ultimately wasn't an alignment for me. And the last couple years I worked at the job, it was just excruciating, like just all the work drama and like just everything, like just being so frustrated because I didn't want to be there anymore. And so I had to find ways to like chill myself out. And I started to go on long walks in the morning before work and got up early and made myself tea. Even though I hated getting up early and I was so stressed, like it was worth it for me to just to have a little bit of time to myself in the morning, just to be quiet and hear my thoughts for once. And so this kind of helped me. So they're saying, like, find little ways to treat yourself and pamper yourself while you work at this job to make it feel like you still have your life, because this is your life, and like this person, these people don't own it. You got to take your life back. So, okay, here's the advice. Well, they're saying after this whole reading, after you just had this rabid Aquarius yakking at you for the past half hour, might be a good idea to like take some time alone to meditate and contemplate. And to remember not to rush it is something that's coming through. Like, this is overwhelming for you to make this big change. I feel like you've probably been at your job for a long time like I was. And like what held me back from moving forward was I was just like so scared. Like, it was such a huge change for me. And eventually I made it through, and you will too. I promise you. If I can make it through, anyone can. Let's just say that. And this is, I decided to pull a card from my personal deck. I don't pull it a lot because I'm dyslexic, another thing about me that's random. And so I write super sloppy, but the messages on these cards are legit, and I don't know why. It was calling out for you, I swear. And so this card says that a time of great reward and abundant blessings is about to unfold. These changes will manifest in ways that may surprise you, so hold faith. And I just got this message all of a sudden that you need to like take your money and start spending it on whatever this new hobby, new job is. Like, you need to like not feel afraid to invest and spend money on it and get the equipment that you need and the things that you need. I was so afraid to do that and to invest. I didn't have that much money when I first started being a stylist, and now I'm fine, but I had to purchase these like expensive steamer and like these clothing racks and garment bags, and it was a lot for me. And but it was so worth it. Looking back on it, it was so worth the investment, and it really made me feel good about myself too. And I think this is about how you feel, and you need to invest now in like this new creative job you're going to be doing. And then there's one more message coming out for you, and I feel like this card only came out just to point to this. This card says, let go of your need to control. Pour all of your energy and brain power and precious time into yourself and your passion and on what you love. Life is so precious. Love is rare and sacred. Experience your love and your passion as you were meant to. The universe is assisting you with infinite resources. Life is now giving to you because you gave to it. Help to restore balance to your life by being open to receive health, wealth, and happiness. You know, I actually think this is really going to work out for you. You might think I'm just crazy, who knows? But I promise you, follow your heart. Look what I'm doing. I'm like a psychic, and I'm doing fashion, and I'm making tons of money doing this, and it didn't take that long. I mean, yes, I did work for like 10 years, 12 years on the side doing this fashion thing, but this psychic thing, like, I've been doing it my whole life as well. You're gonna realize whatever this thing is, you're gonna feel like you're starting at the bottom at first, but once you just kind of sink your teeth into it and get these skills developed, you're gonna realize you've had these skills all along, that you've been working towards this all along, and it's just time to open up and to blossom into your potential. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thanks again for reaching out and for your support, and I'm sending you love and light. And definitely keep in touch. I hope that this works out well for you. It's always worth it to take a risk to, you know, be who you are and to step into your authenticity. And the universe, like, really rewards that. It's just, I've seen it time and time again. It's just really cool. When you step into that alignment with who you truly are, there's nothing that can stop you. So that's what you're doing right now. You're getting into alignment. Peace out.